Woody, I've been a fan of your channel since the summer when my friend linked me to your video about your suicide attempt. I've been suffering from clinical depression since 2008 and have had a really rough time. I know this seems like a lot of pressure that you might feel outside of your element of health, but just keep in mind, I don't go overboard anymore and my depression is healing just slowly. Now you don't have to answer this or read this. However, I look up to you because of everything. You are everything I wish to be. Yikes. Now here you have an amazing wife and two wonderful children. You're great with tools and offer real advice. He thinks more highly of me than I think of me. But anyway, yeah. I'm 19 years old and I'm on antidepressants due to my depression going extreme. I recently attempted to cut myself and overdosed multiple times.
Ooh.
It was about a girl. So, long story short, the girl I loved was raped twice, and I did everything to help her return to normal. I was friend-zoned multiple times, and she has a boyfriend. We no longer talk. I'm so depressed. I wish I could sleep forever from this nightmare. It sucks. For the record, by the way, we no longer talk. She called me up and said sorry for everything, but I don't believe her. I haven't picked up her calls since. I can't escape this depression. I feel lonely all the time. My therapist didn't do anything, and my antidepressants only do so much work. Help me. Nothing feels right anymore. I talk to as many people as possible, but it doesn't help. I can't sit down and play a game. I can't sit down and read. I can't do any of my university readings, and I have zero confidence in myself. I feel worthless and pathetic. I'm working out every so often, so that helps, but there's always those depressing moments. I'm sorry for rambling, and if this is too long, I'm sorry. But if you don't want to reply or look at this post, that's perfectly fine. You're not responsible to do anything. If you want any more information, I guess you could ask. Not like I'm doing anything.
Can I take this?
Yeah.
I broke up with a girl that I'd known for a really long time, about 4 or 5 years ago. I think I've told this story to Woody before, but I was in her apartment and we broke up, and I was crying my eyes out, and I got all my shit and I went downstairs to my car, and as I was walking down to my car, I was planning on shooting myself when I got to the car, because my gun was in my car. I was like, when I get down there, I'm gonna kill myself. And I got down to the car, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't. And I look in the back seat, and there's a big bag of her shit, and I'm like, yep, I'm killing myself. So I get the gun, and I'm gonna kill myself, and then I think, well, she's gonna come down tomorrow and she's gonna find me in my fucking car with my brains blowed out. I'm like, I can't do that to her. I was like, I love her too much to do that to her, you know? That's why I'm killing myself, because I love her so much. I can't do that, so I'm like, I'll go home and kill myself. I'm like, all right, let's go home. So I go home, and I'm like, all right, it's time to kill myself now. I'm like, well, now my roommates are going to come home and find me. What the fuck? Where am I going to go kill myself? So I'm like, all right, I'll kill myself tomorrow. We'll go to the park. It'll be a nice day. So the next day I was too lazy to kill myself. Not going to lie. So I sat there and I was like, dude, I'm not going to work today. I worked with my roommate at a car dealership, and I was like, so I'm just sitting there on the couch, and he had this huge library of DVDs, so I started watching them, and I watched every DVD that he owned, including the entire Band of Brothers collection. I watched 60 DVDs before I left that couch. I lost 13 pounds because all I ate in like a 3-day period was a glass of milk and a peanut butter sandwich. And after that experience, I felt better. I think maybe like you just need to get some perspective on the whole thing before you make any rash decisions. And think about how like hurting yourself would hurt the people around you. And always remember that there's always another day. And Band of Brothers is awesome. You might want to watch that. That cheered me right up.
I have a question, Kyle.
Yep.
Did your friend have the Gone with the Wind box set?
No.
Ah, damn it. That would have made everything way better.
I'd have blew my brains out on the couch if he did.